Hi all, this is our second video in the Microsoft Excel series. We ought to onboard almost anyone and everyone watching this series. I'll try to keep my focus on building right set of logic and concrete base for Microsoft Excel. Today we will start with cells and their address followed by practicals. So what exactly is cell? As we have discussed already, columns and rows forms table. Okay, all the vertical one are column and the horizontal one are the rows, and all these square looking figures, these are the cells. Okay, now once we have understood cells, we need to understand their address, because this is how we will identify any specific cell. So address is identification of a cell. Okay, so there are three ways to identify any cell. First, relative address. Relative address is simply naming the row and column like A1, B2, B3, C1, like this. Why we call them as relative, we'll get to know later in the part when we will start practicals. Second is absolute address. This mechanism needs to prefix row and column with $sign, like $A, $1, $B, $2, and like this. And third is mixed address. In this specification, we need to prefix dollar with either column or row, like $A1 or $B2 or $B2, like this. Okay. So to illustrate the relevance of all the cell address mechanism, this is a table with user names, their salary and bonus amount. We have bonus amount in just one cell, which will remain same for all the users. Now to calculate what will be the bonus amount for each user, we need to multiply their salary with this bonus percent amount divided by 100. That's a normal maths calculation. Now let's understand the result if we use relative address. But before getting into the relative address, let me tell you the beauty of Excel. That is, it removes the redundancy from the operation. What do I mean by removing the redundancy? Is if we want to calculate the bonus amount for all these users, we can either write the cell address of salary for user, that will be C2, multiply this bonus, that will be D2, divided by 100. And for Mohan, it will be like is equal to C3 multiply by again D2, because the bonus percent is only in D2, so D2 divided by 100. So we get the 16.5, and similarly we can do it, but then this is a process which is going to take a hell lot of time and we don't want to do it. So what we can do is like we can just highlight this cell, and then in the lower right corner of this cell we get a plus sign. We just need to drag it, and then we can get the result accordingly. Oh, but why are we getting 0 in all these cells? So before understanding the reason why are we getting 0 on in all these cells, we need to understand the problem statement first, which is we would like the cells of salary column to change, but we don't want to change the cell address for bonus percentage, right? So if we look at this cell in H3, we can see the formula as C3 into D3 by 100. Okay, now if you look at D3, there is nothing written. So how can we get the answer correct, right? Because we wanted C3 to multiply by D2 rather than D3. But then in relative address, it changes relatively. When we drag it, it changes relatively. So our problem statement was we need to make sure the bonus cell remains fixed in the operation. For all these cells, we want D2 to remain fixed. So what we can do is like we can use the absolute address. So we can write is equal to C2 multiply by D2. Rather than writing D2, we can give it $D $2 and then divide it by 100. We get the same result 12.5, and then now if we drag it, we'll get the right result, right, the correct one. So you can see now this $D $2 remains same for each and every user, right? But then this column C changes relatively because we have used relative address for column C, but then the absolute address for column D. So that's what is the beauty of absolute address. So absolute address is nothing but if you want to fix the address of the cell in your operation, we can use absolute address. Now let's discuss the mixed one. In mixed address, we know either of the value like the column number or the row number will remain fixed. So whichever we want to remain fixed, we need to prefix it with $sign. Now Excel, how Excel works is like if we write something, if we write a formula and then we drag it vertically, the column number remains same, but then the row number changes relatively. And if we drag it horizontally, it will keep the row number same and then changes the column number relatively. For example, if I write is equal to C2 multiply by D2 and we are just multiplying it, okay? So it is 1250. Now if I drag this downwards, so what it is multiplying C3 into D3, it means the column number remains same but then the row changes relatively, because while dragging it downwards we know that we are changing the row numbers but not the column remains same. So in spite of writing it like this, we can also write is equal to $C 2 multiply by $D and 2, because we want our column numbers to remain fixed but then the row to change. And then if we drag it, see, Both results are same. So Excel does this automatically for us. Like if we drag it downwards, it keeps the column number same and then changes the row number relatively. And if we drag it horizontally, any formula, it will keep the row number same, but then will change the column number relatively. So we can do the mix and match for all sorts of our operation, and then it will make our life easy. I hope I have been able to make you understand the different address types and their relevance. It would be advisable to do some trials basis the class, and practice can only make you perfect. That's it for today. See you soon in next class. We'll discuss importance of brackets in Excel calculation. Till then, keep up good work and continue your learning journey. Thank you.